All right, let's talk about Jayson Tatum. He was recently interviewed, and I think he was asked about, his coverage or the NBA's coverage surrounding him and his accomplishments and all of that stuff. And he said he feels like he's underestimated or either overlooked. And being that he's only 26 years old, he's accomplished a lot. And he said, if you take my accomplishments and how I've grown as a player and the kind of things I've done with success of my team, you can kind of put that up against a lot of the greats by the age of 26, and he's right. But I only want to do that part, right? Because I'm not trying to compare him to like MJ or Bird or nothing like that, right? Or Magic. I just want to compare him with his peers that are playing now, and kind of like where he stack up. For me, I've always thought he was a top three MVP candidate the last 3 or 4 years, at least the last 3 years. He should have been top three, but he wasn't. I think the highest he finished in the MVP race was probably fifth or sixth, which is crazy. Um, I think he's a great defender. He plays power forward a lot in that lineup when they got Drew Holiday and White in the backcourt, Brown at small forward, Tatum at the power forward. And him playing power forward, he actually rebounds above average for his size. He's getting 9 rebounds a game. Um, that's huge for a 6'9" guy, 6'8" guy that plays. That's really a small forward, but he's playing up based on what his team is asking him to do. He's still the number one option on the team. He's still averaging 27. He's still getting 6 assists, close to 7 assists, right? But it's overlooked. It really is overlooked. They just won the championship. I remember when Jokic first won his championship. What fascinated people about Jokic was he's a big guy. His down low post moves was phenomenal. Still is. So that was the first thing that wowed everybody. He got nice touch around the rim. He's a killer in the post. You got a double. Then his passing opened up, and everybody started seeing how great of a passer he was. And then he started getting close to averaging a triple double. Oh man, a center that's averaging 8 assists is huge, right? So he was already getting MVPs just based on his numbers, just based on his numbers being close to triple double, and he wasn't even scoring the ball a ton. He one year he got MVP. I think his points per game average was like 23, right? These other guys are close to 30 or have been close to 30 for a long time, since they've been playing, and it gets overlooked. But 23 for Jokic and a good team record, phenomenal performances on the court, no defense, but a lot of assists and a lot of rebounds. That gets you put right in the MVP conversation, unless you're Jayson Tatum, right? Jokic and Luka, they get put right in the MVP conversation just based on how close they are to a triple double. Their team don't have to be winning and they don't have to be playing defense, which is weird to me. That's why the NBA is cooked, because we're celebrating numbers, we're celebrating how close a player can get to a triple double, and we care not anything about his defense. We care not anything about the team's success. We're just thinking about how close to a triple double can this guy get, because triple doubles are phenomenal to us, right? Not to me, but to people that think like that. Well, anyway, I want to get into some of the Jayson Tatum thing just to see if there's any truth to what he's saying. Is he being overlooked? And I'm going to let the guys from the podcast, it's Theo Pinkson and Raymond Felton, and two guys at night. And I think the name of that podcast is To the Baja, right? That was talking about it, and this is what they said.
He was talking about his accomplishments in the NBA, and someone asked him like, "How does he feel about it?" And he just said, "I don't feel like I'm appreciated." Yeah, read it right there. He didn't feel like he's appreciated. If you look at things he's accomplished at 26 compared to others like, say, Jordan, he actually has a comparable career. He just feels he's like very unappreciated by the sports media, I guess.
It's 1000% true. He is completely disrespected. He is complete. It's to the point like, is he underrated?
He just won a championship.
Like you feel like he's kind of like the man went to the Eastern Conference Finals against LeBron James his rookie year.
and took it to 7
And
games.
went toe to toe.
Took it to 7 games.
Been to the finals twice. Won one, lost one. Been to the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't know how many, damn near every year at this point. I mean, he's 100%. He's 100% disrespected. He's done a lot at. He's 26.
I didn't realize he was still that young.
Yeah,
That's what's crazy. He's really 26 years old, bro.
Bro, he's not even in his prime.
That's what's scary.
and I'm not even.
Did you see him drop K last night?
I'm not even a Tatum fan,
Shout out
but
my
he
man
is
K, though.
disrespected. Though.
He's disrespected, bro.
Like
They penalized this man because he went to a good situation, right?
yeah,
So why did we not penalize Tim Duncan?
yeah.
It's a really weird dynamic here. Really weird dynamic.
Well, you gonna get your flowers from us, Jace.
For sure.
You gonna get your flowers from us.
You gonna give me Drew Holiday? Oh, okay.
Derek White?
Bet. Oh, and now sleeper trade.
Man.
Sleeper trade.
Al Horford?
Are you gonna give me Al Horford back? Oh, bet. Appreciate you.
Easy.
Thank you. Porzingis? I appreciate you. Like I said, they've done things the right way in Boston. They built a great team, great culture, and you can't penalize the man for having a good team. At the end of the day, Jordan and Pippen were together the whole career, right?
They made some great points, right? So they're saying, yeah, I agree. He's been disrespected. He's been underrated almost, and he's been overlooked. And like I said, I wanted to compare him to his peers, starting with Jokic. Like I said, before Jokic got to the finals and won a ring, he had already had 2 MVPs. Yeah, 2 MVPs. He had already had two MVPs. He was already talked about as the next guy. And then when he finally won it, they said he was the face of the NBA. He was the best player in the league. Backtrack to before Jokic won his MVPs and his championship, Giannis had won an MVP, a Defensive Player of the Year, and they said that he was the face of the league and the best player in the world. And then he finally won his championship, and they said, "Oh man, it's his league." But it's funny how quickly anointed Giannis, he won. They even exalted him even more. And then quickly, as soon as Jokic came on, they did the same exact thing. Oh, now it's Jokic, but now they wanted to be Luka, and Luka can't do what Jokic and Giannis did. He can't get to the finals and win, right? He wasn't able to achieve that. But just like Jokic and Giannis, he was already given so many things. He's been first team All NBA like 5 years in a row, right? That's just phenomenal. But those are the top 3 players in their book, and they give Tatum a very hard time. He's 26. Luka is 25. Luka been to 2 conference finals. Luka's been to 2 conference finals and 1 finals, and he lost. Tatum, on the other hand, let's see. Tatum, on the other hand, he came in the 17-18 year. So he comes in the league 2017, 2018. You can see that's highlighted in blue, right? Come in 2017, 2018. That's the year that Gordon Hayward hurt his knee or tore his whole leg off in the first game of the season. And it was supposed to be Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward's team. So Gordon Hayward goes down. Kyrie Irving is by himself with a rookie, Jayson Tatum, a second-year Jaylen Brown, and maybe a third-year Marcus Smart, and a second-year Terry Rozier, right? That's what Kyrie was working with. And Kyrie kept that team afloat with Jayson Tatum as his number 2 that was balling. And then Kyrie goes down right after the All-Star break. And Jayson Tatum immediately had to be the number one as a rookie. Finish the season. They get through the first round of the playoffs against the Bucks. They 4-3. There was a 7-game series, 4-3. They won. Then they beat the Sixers in a 4-1 sweep. And then they got to the conference finals against LeBron James and the Cavs. And they went to 7 games and lost. Now, this is a rookie Jayson Tatum. That's the season or the playoffs that he dunked on LeBron James and anointed him, right? This is a rookie, 19 years old, conference finals as a rookie, right? You can give a lot of that credit to Kyrie Irving because he got them that great record before he went down. And, they didn't have too far, they had a long ways to fall before they, would miss the playoffs. But, so kudos to Kyrie for that. But kudos to Jayson Tatum as a rookie to take the reins and keep everything going and get all the way to the conference finals. It would have been phenomenal if he got to the finals, man. Think about him beating the Cavs in that game 7 and getting by them. And I think the Cavs was not the better team that series. I think Boston was, man, but you know how they go. So he did that as a rookie. Conference finals, right? Then the next year made the playoffs again. They lost to the Pacers. No, I'm sorry. They got to the second round, lost to the Bucks, right? But that's 2 years he's in the playoffs. 1 conference finals, 1 second round. The next year gets to the conference finals against the Heat. So he's got 2 conference finals under his belt, 3 straight playoff appearances, right? Then the next year, they lose in the first round. There's 4 straight playoff appearances, 2 conference finals. Then the next year, get to the conference finals, and then get to the finals against the Warriors and lose. So now he's got 3 conference finals under his belt. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight years of playoffs and 1 finals appearance under his belt. So 1 finals appearance, 5 years straight in the playoffs, right? And 1, 2, 3 conference finals. That's phenomenal. All right. Then the next year, conference finals again. And then the year after that, of course, conference finals and then finals, and they finally won. So 2 finals appearances, 1 finals win, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 conference finals, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years of playoffs. Hasn't missed the playoffs 1 year in his career. 7 years in the playoffs. He's only 26. 7 years in the playoffs. Been to the finals twice. Won once. Been in the conference finals 5 times. That's phenomenal. I'm sorry. That is phenomenal. Let's look at his numbers, right? For his career, he's averaging 23 points. But if you want to look at when he first came in the league as a rookie, he was only averaging. Where's his averages at? He was only averaging around. Yeah, he was averaging 16 points his first year, his rookie year, and 18 points his second year. But after his rookie and sophomore year, he hasn't averaged anything lower than 25 points. He's been averaging 25 points or more his entire career except his rookie and sophomore year. I think that's phenomenal. But when you look at what he's averaging right now, 27 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. That's his averages this year so far. Right? 9 rebounds is crazy. He averages 7 rebounds for his career, 4 assists, 24 points. And then he plays lockdown defense on 1, 2, and 3, and sometimes 4. But 4, I mean, that's not really real power forwards in the league anymore. So, guarding the 4 isn't that much of a flex, but he's guarding 4 positions and rebounding well. So I think that's phenomenal. Then he's made All NBA 2019. The 2020 season, he made 3rd team All NBA, and then 21, 22, 22, 23, and 23, 24, he made first team all 3 of those years. So he's a 4-time all NBA player. 3 times he's made first team, and that was the last 3 years of the season, right? How is he not the face of the NBA? Like, who else could it be? Why and why is it that people hold Luka in a higher regard than Jayson Tatum? Now, let's think about it again. They're 1 year apart. Jayson Tatum's 26, Luka is 25. Let's talk about the things Tatum does that Luka doesn't do. Tatum plays lockdown defense. Luka plays zero defense. Tatum don't miss a lot of games. Luka missed a lot of games for injury because he's out of shape. Tatum is in top shape. Luka is not in shape. He's round. Tatum plays off the ball and allow his teammates to flourish in their roles. Luka Doncic holds the ball and plays Luka ball. Tatum has a great attitude. His coaches love him. Luka has a bad attitude. His coaches hated him, traded him. How is it Luka? Is Luka because of triple doubles? Is it Luka because of triple doubles? Tatum averages 7 assists. But we just don't look at him as a triple double threat because he's not trying to go get, he's not playing point guard trying to get all the assists. He plays off the ball and he plays the style his coaches want him to play. He's doing all the right things. He's doing what his coaches have asked him. This is what we want you to do to win. He's playing winning basketball. He's following the Mamba mentality, the Kobe blueprint, the Michael Jordan blueprint, the Larry Bird blueprint, all the old guys. He's following it. The Kawhi Leonard, he's following it. But there's a lot of other guys that's following that LeBron blueprint. Get the numbers by any means necessary and stack your team for them to be able to help you get the wins. Like Tatum is saying, I'm going to sacrifice my numbers so I can do the work to get the wins. But the LeBron Luka blueprint is just get the numbers. The media will prop you up as something great because of your numbers. And then if you're not winning, it's going to be because your teammates. So just get those numbers. We'll handle the rest in the media. And then we'll stack your teams so you can get the winning. Tatum is saying, nah, I'm going to play in a way that's going to get the winning. I'm not going to stack my numbers and then just rely on stacking my team to get wins. That's what Luka is doing. Notice it was always his teammates' fault. He don't have enough help. He don't have this. He don't have that. But I guarantee you, with Kyrie Irving leading that team, he won't get that type of pass. No one's going to say, oh, the reason why this happened or they're not winning is because Kyrie don't have enough help. They're not going to give him that. Only Luka and LeBron gets that pass. And Jokic. Luka, LeBron, Jokic, they get that pass. If they're not winning, we're going to blame their teammate. Their teammate's not good. And that's what happened when the numbers fool everybody. It's fool's gold. The numbers trick everybody. They look at those numbers and be like, he's carrying the whole team. Anybody that gets 8 or more assists is carrying their whole squad. Yeah, it would look like you carrying them if you're telling them, in my offense, I just want y'all to stand in the corner and wait for the pass. I get to do it. I get to do all this razzle dazzle and do whatever I want in the offense. All y'all got to do is be restricted to standing at the 3-point line waiting for my pass. Yeah, that's going to look like you're doing everything. You're spoon feeding everybody, but do you really need to spoon feed them? Does Jamal Murray really need an assist from Jokic to score? Does Michael Porter Jr. really need an assist from Jokic to score? Maybe Aaron Gordon like catching lobs. Maybe you can say Aaron Gordon or some lesser player that can't get to the hole by himself or create his own shot. Yeah, but your number 2 and your number 3 don't need you. Michael Porter Jr. don't need you. Jamal Murray don't need you. Same thing for Luka. Kyrie didn't need you. He didn't need your assist. You know, so I mean, what good is your assist if you got players around you that don't need your assist? So we're bragging about the wrong thing. We're bragging about assists when they should be concentrating on defense, but they're not doing that. So, in my book, Jayson Tatum is the face of the league. He's winning. He's playing defense. He's doing it the right way. He's a good role model. Hard-nosed, tough guy. What's not to like about him? So there's your face. You know, you want to talk about Anthony Edwards, LeBron, Luka, Giannis, Jokic. Those aren't the face of the league. Your face of the league is Jayson Tatum and SGA. They got next. They both play both sides of the ball. They both play defense. They both can score. Both good role models. Both got their team in highly successful situations. And the last thing I say about this here's always a telltale sign when you know you're dealing with a great player who gets it, or a great player who don't get it. Right? When you hear the media raise all your teammates' importance, that's when you know you're a great player and you get it. Right? I give you an example. When people talk about Michael Jordan and how great he was and how many games he won, you rarely hear anyone trash his teammates, or you rarely hear anyone trash his teammates. You're going to hear them elevate Steve Kerr like he was on Steph Curry's level. Oh, you had one of the greatest shooters in the league in Steve Kerr. Elevate Steve Kerr. They're going to elevate Scottie Pippen. They're going to elevate Rodman. They're going to elevate Ron Harper. Right? They're going to elevate every teammate that Jordan had. But on the flip side, when you talk about LeBron and his greatness, they do the opposite and they downplay. They say Wade was injury prone and he was done when LeBron got to him. They say Bosh wasn't a superstar. They say Kevin Love wasn't a superstar. Kyrie Irving hasn't done anything without LeBron. He's not that good. He didn't get good till LeBron got there. They say J.R. Smith was trash. They say AD was injury prone and couldn't do nothing without LeBron. Everybody gets downplayed around LeBron. So you want to look at the players and see if the media is talking about them the way they talk about Jordan, or they talking about them the way they talk about LeBron. With Tatum, I hear them say, "Oh, Porzingis upgrade." They exalt Porzingis like he got all the help in the world. They exalt Brown. They exalt White. They exalt Drew Holiday. All these guys. Oh, he got so much help. He got Drew Holiday and White and Porzingis and Horford. Players nobody else wanted. They gave Horford back to Boston for peanuts. They thought he was going to retire 5 years ago. Porzingis couldn't even play with Luka Doncic. He wanted out of there. They threw him in basketball Siberia, which is the Washington Wizards. Went to Boston, and all of a sudden, oh man, he got Porzingis. When y'all say Porzingis was good again? When he was in Dallas, y'all just said he was trash and couldn't help. When Brunson was playing with Luka, they downgraded him. All right, he can't even dribble. That's why Luka is doing all that stuff, because he ain't got nobody else that can handle the ball. What? Do you see Brunson now? Everybody gets downgraded in what they can do around Luka. But the only players I see that are in the top 5, top 10-ish in the league, that their teammates get overinflated, is SGA and Tatum. I wonder why that is. I wonder why they say Jokic don't have help. He ain't got no all-star help, and he ain't got this and he ain't got that. They say Luka didn't have no help either, but they say SGA and Tatum got too much help. I think that's interesting. Same thing they said about Jordan. Same thing they say about Kobe. But when you're talking about a player that you know is inferior to those type of guys, you're going to always have to diminish his players and his teammates around him. Even his coaches get diminished. I just wanted you to remember that. Just remember for that. When they're talking about players and they're talking about who should get this award, first team, all defense, all NBA, when they start talking about all these things, or who's the face of the league, or who's the top 5 or top 10 player, when they start talking about this, just listen to the language. Listen to whatever player gets their teammates downgraded and whatever player gets their teammates inflated. And that's going to tell you everything you need to know. But that's all I got to say about that, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'll catch y'all on the next episode. Peace.